Hello everyone! In this video, we will explore the main brushes I use and create a Christmas illustration with them. Let's get started. I almost always start with a sketch. For this process, I enjoy using a brush that closely mimics the texture of a real pencil. This is a brush from the IME pencils set in the Brush app. Pencil 1. Let's outline the general shape. We will draw a candy cane with a bow, berries, and a Christmas theme. Drawing the candy cane, you can see how realistic this brush looks on the canvas. Transform your Procreate projects with more than 4,000 brushes, fonts, textures, and 3D models available in the Brush app. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on your screen to access them now. Another very popular brush is the Untitled brush. It has a sharp contour, so I often use it with the eraser tool when I need to erase extra lines cleanly. Let's continue with the sketch by outlining the bow. Add leaves under the bow and berries with a branch on top. Use the eraser tool to remove extra lines. Add lines to the candy cane. Now let's use the Untitled brush to create the main color shape of the candy cane. This will help us create a clear contour. Trace along the contour and fill it with color. Repeat the process for the lower part. Adjust the color using hue and saturation. Using the same brush and red color, draw a berry circle and fill it. We'll detail one berry and duplicate the others. On a new layer, fill the shape of one leaf with green. First, select all the primary colors. Then refine each element individually. Switch to the sketch layer. Select the area using Selection, Automatic. Tap on the stripes in turn. If the contour isn't closed and the area isn't selected, switch to Freehand mode and draw the selection zone manually. Move to a new layer and fill these areas with red. Now select and fill the bow shape with emerald green on a new layer. Now move to detail each element. Start with the leaf. First, adjust the contour. Use Alpha Lock. Then go to the Brush library and select the Soft Airbrush from the airbrushing set. This brush has a soft contour, making it very convenient for smooth transitions between colors. Take a darker shade of green and first add general volume. Shade the center, edges, and veins. Then, use an even darker shade to go over the veins on the leaf. Using a smaller size of this brush, we draw the veins and then refine the volume. We'll use the smudge tool, choosing the soft airbrush to blend the sharp transitions between colors. Select a light green color and the medium airbrush. It allows for a clearer contour. We'll outline the veins. The harder you press the brush, the brighter the shade becomes. Return to dark green and add darker strokes next to the light ones to create more volume. Take a light green and mark the areas for highlights. Then use the smudge tool to blend the sharp transitions. Use the soft airbrush to draw highlights. With an even lighter shade and the medium airbrush, add sharp highlights and smooth the contour with smudge. Duplicate the completed leaf, select Transform, rotate it, and move it to the position of another leaf. Turn on the sketch. Use the Freeform, Distort, or Warp modes to change the overall shape. Duplicate again, use Transform, Move, Flip Horizontal, and Adjust. Repeat similar actions with all other leaves according to the sketch. Move to the berry. Enable Alpha Lock, select the base shade, lighten it, and use the soft airbrush to draw the area where the light falls. Then, take a lighter shade and draw the highlight area. Use light pink to draw the highlight itself. Take smudge to create softer transitions. Reduce the brush size and use almost white to draw the highlight's center. Return to the base color, darken it, and draw a cast shadow with the same brush. Then, choose an even darker shade and draw slightly away from the edge. Use smudge to blend. Return to pink and draw a reflection on the berry, starting from the bottom and intensifying it towards the top. Use light pink to make the upper reflection brighter, and enhance it with almost white along the contour. Duplicate the berry and repeat the action with the leaves. Move, resize, and rotate it so the highlight faces the lighted area. Repeat with all berries according to the sketch. Duplicate the berries for the branch with berries. Merge the berries on the branch into one layer. Move to the bough. First, use the untitled brush to correct the uneven contour. Enable Alpha Lock. Go to Selection and use the freehand mode to select shadow areas. Take a darker color and select the soft brush from the airbrushing set. This brush has a soft contour, making it ideal for soft blending or shading. Fill these areas completely. Then, choose an even darker shade and go over the upper and side areas. Use smudge to blend the transitions. With an even darker shade, go over the side and upper contours. Go to the selection menu and click Invert. Now the entire bow area, excluding the shadow areas, is active. With a shade darker than the base, outline the general volume. Then, use a lighter shade of the base color to highlight the brightest areas of the bow. Before the ribbon folds, these areas will have highlights. Return to the soft airbrush. Using a lighter shade, draw the highlights in these areas, as well as in the reflection and along the ribbon contour. Add highlights to the ribbon tails. Turn off the sketch. Use smudge to blend. Draw highlights in the center of the bright area using turquoise. Use smudge to blend. Then, with a very light shade of turquoise, add final highlights. Use smudge to soften sharp transitions. Take dark blue and contrast the shadow area where the bow wraps. Use smudge to blend. With an even darker shade, add details where the berries touch and where shadows fall from the ribbon. Move on to the candy cane. Select the stripe layer and click Clipping Mask to ensure the stripes don't exceed the candy cane silhouette. Refine the contour. On the layer with the candy cane's light part, choose a grayer shade of the base color and use the soft brush to draw the general volume along the outer and inner parts. Gradually pick darker shades, reducing the brush size to add shadows. Use smudge to blend the color transitions. Go to the stripe layer, enable Alpha Lock, and use the soft airbrush with a lighter shade to add volume, as with the light part of the candy cane. Use smudge to make smoother transitions. Move to a darker shade and add shadow parts. Gradually, use even darker shades and reduce the brush size, working into the shadow's center. Also, shade where other objects are close. Use light pink to draw reflections, areas that reflect light in the shadow part. Then, with an even lighter shade, make the reflections brighter. Add reflections to the layer with the candy cane's light part. Return to the leaf layer, take the dark green, and use the soft brush to darken areas where other objects touch, or where one leaf overlaps another, as well as under the bow and berries. Use dark burgundy to darken areas where objects touch the candy cane. Draw the branch for the berries using the syrup brush from the inking set. This brush has a sharp contour with variable thickness. Draw the branch as per the sketch. Darken the berries in areas where they touch each other using the soft airbrush. Add cast shadows from the berries. Select all layers and group them for convenience. Adjust the position and tilt of the entire composition. Fill the background with blue. Add a new layer for snowflakes in the background. Use the Designed Flakes A-Check Envy brush from the Winter 23 set in the Brush app. Choose a darker blue shade and paint the background. Experiment with blending modes. Choose Screen. And here's our beautiful Christmas illustration. Share which brushes you like to use in the comments, like, and subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for new video tutorials. See you next time.